Hey friends, it's Marian from A Crafty Home and Garden, and today I'm going to give you a very quick June garden tour, and then I may throw some pictures or some clips in here. I attempted to record a May garden tour, but that just did not happen, so we're going to do a June one. And I'll come back a little bit later and I will give you guys a little quick update of our plans for the whole entire garden and what I want to do. So here's the garden in all its glory. If you watched my previous video, you know this was, not previous video, last year's video. This was an in-ground garden that was like overtaken with weeds, and I turned into an in-ground vegetable garden, and that was a lot of work, and it didn't work out very well because there's several places like this one right here I can show you where there's tree stumps, and it makes it very difficult to plan and plant things. The ground is, it wasn't as successful as I think it could have been. I think the ground really needed a lot of extra dirt brought in and treated, and that was way more work than I wanted to do. So this works out much better. It's easier on my back, way easier to maintain, having pots and what do you call these, grow bags, raised beds. So I'm going to take you through the whole thing. I really like this kind of flow, and we'll talk about what's in each bed, and we'll talk about what the future looks like for this garden eventually. So we're going to start here and we'll make a loop. So right here I am doing like the Three Sisters. Actually, both of these pots are the same. I have the squash, the butternut squash, corn planted, as well as beans. So I live in zone 7A, I believe it's 7A, and this area has not, this area gets full sun. This whole garden bed gets full sun throughout at least 7 hours of full sun, if not more. However, it hasn't been hot for like the things like my peppers and my tomatoes really like for them to take off. I know some other people's gardens, they're way more mature than mine, and I started seeds a while ago, but things are still growing very slowly. We had a very cool weather, and honestly, I kind of wish I did things like broccoli and lettuce and stuff like that that would appreciate this cooler weather and still a little sun, because I could have, had a really great harvest with that. And I don't think it would have bolted at all, because we only had one high day, and that was really it, and that was like 80, and that's very abnormal for June. So I'm not complaining, because I'm loving the little chill break. I feel like July and August is going to come and hit us hard, so maybe that's when the garden will like explode. But for people who are growing in this area, it makes it a little more difficult to have a actual harvest. So let me flip the camera around, give you guys another. So here, and these beds are pretty much twins as well. We have peppers growing. You see that one's growing there. These are cucumbers. I have about 3 varieties of cucumbers in both of them. I have tomatoes right here. I have bush beans, marigold flowers, and yeah, that's really it. It's just like high, tall, marigold flowers, pepper, marigold flowers, bush beans, tomatoes, bush beans, marigold flowers. So it just repeats itself. And then the goal is to have these cucumbers trail this whole area, and I'm hoping to do the same thing on that side. Over here we have some California Wonder peppers. In these pots, these are actual pots I got from the grocery store for $3.99. These hold all the flowers that they put them in. When you go buy flowers in the grocery stores, these pots are what you can get. Just ask somebody and maybe they'll give it to you for free. And it has drill holes at the bottom of it. So there's free pots right there, guys, free pots. And the grow bags came from Amazon, and these came from Amazon. I did a whole video about these raised beds, actually. These are cayenne peppers. There's a little cayenne growing. Blueberries. I feel like I need to get another variety because I've had these for a while. They are in a bigger bed, but they are not fruiting or flowering at all, but they're looking healthy and happy. So there's that. This right here is the blackberry bush. I did want to do another galvanized metal bed. I want a little bit of a longer one and put all the blackberries in there. This right here are some tomatoes that I had that planted by seed a long time ago, and look how far they have gone. This is what I'm talking about. But I'm hoping they'll do better. I recently planted them in here. I had them in another pot. I thought they would have gotten bigger by now, but I decided to plant them in here. I do use warm casting soil in all my raised beds and pots, as well as the black cow manure mixture with a raised bed soil. So those are the three things I'm using in my garden bed. So in the tomatoes, I have beans, peas growing in here. I try to do a lot of companion planting. So I'm hoping I can do like a TP situation, and the tomatoes will be supported by that, and the beans will grow up there. So that's that. In here, these are cayenne peppers. I have a couple right there. These are California Wonders again. This is the same thing. This raised bed is not doing as well as the other one, at least the cucumbers. You guys saw how many cucumbers I have on that side. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I planted way more. And I don't know, somebody's coming and they're plopping these jokers right out the ground. Eventually I would like to have this kind of gated off a little bit better and possibly even maybe netted. I don't know, but they are plopping these cucumbers out. I'm really hoping to have cucumbers so I can can them and make pickles. And here's the other bed, the three sister bed with the squash, beans, and corn that I'm hoping will do well together here. So that's this bed. And let's take a walk in the back. I always give you guys an update on what we do in the back there. Y'all see how clear this area is out? I think last time there was a huge pile of wire and all kinds of junk. We've really worked hard on clearing this area out. Some of the weeds and stuff are trying to grow back, so we'll have to constantly do that, but this whole area is cleared out. This is where the big garden is going to be. This tree is going to be removed, and we're going to see what the sun looks like. That will be removed too as well. And we'll see how our sun situation is, but this is where the big garden is going to be. And the plan is to do long, narrow rows of raised beds. Again, I am not interested in planting in the ground, but what I can do with the longer raised beds, I can do more vining plants, and we'll probably, I don't know if we'll mulch it or if we'll just bring in rock in between, because I'm thinking the vining plants will grow out, but I don't want them rooting in the ground either. I want to keep this area pretty clear. This area, if we don't have the big fence around the entire property, we're going to have this area somehow fenced off. There has been known to have deer in the area, but you know, we're not going to take any chances. I haven't seen deer in a while. Since we cleaned up this whole spot, I haven't seen a deer. But that's what's going on back here. Completely cleared out. Looks so much better. Again, if you have any suggestions about how the layout of the raised beds should look out here, leave them in the comments below. And I definitely want to have some form of a greenhouse in this area. Garden shed / greenhouse. I also want to do some kind of water collection tank. That way we're not dragging a hose all the way from the house to here, because you guys can see this is a pretty big walk. So, a pretty long walk. So I want to do some kind of water collection situation where they're collecting the water and being able to use that to water the garden. Collecting rainwater, like we'll probably have to fill it, but then use the rainwater that we collected to water this bed. And this bed will be integrate. What is that word called? I can't think of what it's called, where you have the hose inside and you water it, waters the garden for you. I don't know. Somebody will let me know below. But yeah, that's that. Let's go walk and look at the front. In the front, we have strawberries growing. I don't know what these bushes are called, but I can't wait to whip these things out. Roses that need lots of tender love and care. They just, I don't know. I didn't plant these. These were already here. I'm going to cut these down towards the end of the season. These are going to be cut down completely. These are the Gladiosus lilies. I can't wait for these to bloom. I think next year I'm going to plant those in the back. Lilies, daylilies are getting ready to bloom. Over here I have a similar thing going on, except those are impatiens, I think. These plants are planting for a friend. Bush beans, cucumbers, cayenne pepper, and then the bush bean got snapped off. Ain't that something? Calla lily. Those are the tomatoes I planted a long time ago, and look how far they have grown. Haven't been hot enough for the okra to pop out. And look at this calla lily. Gorgeous! I'm gonna move her up. Yeah. And then that's the basil. And then up here, I'll show you guys that. I bought those wind shines from $1 dollar store. Strawberry. Cilantro. Nope, lies. Mint. Haha. That's mint. This is cilantro that needs to be repotted. It's somewhere else. And my mint. So I hope you guys enjoyed that really quick gardening tour of June, but today I also want to show you my rose garden update and what I want to do with that. So in the front yard here, let me flip you guys. This whole area is where I would like to do a formal rose garden. Okay, chop that down. So this is the idea of what I have, and the drawing's off a little bit, but I wanted to walk you guys through this really quickly and then give you guys my ideas and hopefully get some feedback from you. I'll insert some clips of what the front yard looks like so you can get a better view of it, and I'll also show you I'll also show you what my ideas are. So let's get with the ideas and then I'll insert some clips. So right here you have the sidewalk, and obviously I didn't make it right, but anywho, there's the sidewalk, and here's the side of the garage, which is on this side. What I would like to do is plant hydrangeas all through here, and I would like to have, I already have 2 roses on one side, but I would like to put 2 roses on the other side. And then I would like to have a water feature like right in the middle up there. And the next thing, move you guys just a little bit closer so y'all can see my beloved sketch here. Next thing I want to do is use some kind of rocks to kind of line everything up. And I would like to have some stepping stones coming from the steps of the front porch and do some type of archway. And I would like to have climbing roses around the archway. And in the middle here, I would love to have one of those stone tables with the chairs. I was looking at prices and those jokers are crazy expensive. So now we're on Facebook Marketplace. I would be okay with just a table and having like a beautiful terracotta pot of potted roses on top of that, but it would be nice if I can get a whole set, but that's out of the budget because the roses itself are going to be extremely expensive. So I have several roses all around here. This is the big tree that's right there, and I have just some rocks line it, but the more I think about it, I think some potted flowers will be lovely there. I don't know about hostas because we do get full sun, so I'm still debating about the hydrangeas if they will do good in the sun. I really like the strawberry shortcake hydrangeas. So if you are a hydrangea person, let me know how those would do. But that's pretty much really it. It's just having the roses all around, having the stepping stones, the archway. Oh, I do want to have some stone pots with lavender growing in there. I think the lavender on the stone pots will look beautiful, and I probably will maybe put some on the other side just to have them on both sides, because I want the rose garden to look beautiful from the street view as well from the house view. I want to sit here and enjoy it, and if I have my stools, the whole point would be amazing if I can go ahead and have like a rose garden tea party. That would be like goals. But this is kind of the plans that I have for the front yard area. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'm gonna go ahead and get off here for the trash truck comes right in.